What's going on? I finally got my chamomile tea. I don't know if you can see this, but it says, I like big books and I cannot lie. Yes. I'm not feeling that well, but we're still going to get started anyway. Today is episode 19. I'm labeling these now. Let me actually get started. Matter of fact, but first and foremost, let me change up my banner right quick. Sorry about that, y'all. Man, I overlooked that. Sorry about that. Let me get this thing out of here. Create something better for us that we're actually working with, right? You're like, yes, fearless, yes. Don't worry, I got you. Look at that. Look at that. That's how we get it started, ladies and gentlemen. Show up as you can, as you will. Either way, I'm gonna get it started. Like I said, a little under the weather, but we're here. Let's jump into it. What's going down? What's going down? Thank you guys for joining. People will probably be showing up as we go, but either way, like we said, as soon as that, as soon as that light jumps on, bro, it's time to go. Hey, Angie, one of my staunch, amazing supporters. I appreciate you. I have to wait for this thing to go on. I think I'm not sure, but either way, I appreciate you for showing up. Either way, thank you so much. So today we're gonna talk about. So first and foremost, before we go into that, I want to give you guys a little heads up on what we're doing. So for now on, everything that we're doing is gonna be seasons and episodes. So because tonight, and again, round of applause, round of applause. So you ain't gotta clap for me. I'm gonna clap for me. Clap for yourself. Clap for yourself. Right. So the first thing that I'm doing is I'm clapping for myself because I'm gonna put Angie in there right quick. The reason why I'm clapping for myself is because this is episode number 1, season 2, episode 19. Episode 19. So I think that we'll probably go one more, I think tomorrow to close out of season 2. Okay, then we're gonna go season 3 because that will technically be starting 21, right? So that'll be 21 episodes. Wow, thank you, Angie. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Um, so as you guys come in, say what's up, all that good stuff. Let me hold on. Let me here we go. Now hold on. To close out of sorry about that. Let's get this thing cracking. Give me a second. So here's the thing. I would have all this done beforehand, but Facebook doesn't allow you to stream up anything. Jerry, what's going on, my guy? Facebook does not allow you to put anything up before you go live. So I have to go live first and then start putting stuff in. But either way, thank you guys for still coming anyway. Like I said, I'm a little under the weather today. I finally got my chamomile. Can you guys see my cup? Can you see my cup? I like big books, and I cannot lie. Just throwing it out there. Hold on, watch me. Hold on. It's not the best, but I think that I may be a chamomile drinker. I think I might. So I want to say a special thank you to my best friend, Miss Jessica, on the ones and twos. She is not here at this moment, but we do have it. I asked her to grab some because I literally forgot. Naomi reminded me today to grab some. I reminded Jessica while she was out, hey, could you go grab me some? Pretty please. And then Shauna, I talked to her today, and she's like, "Hey, make sure you get some peppermint and some other stuff, and this that, and the other," because she does a whole tech and nurse thing or whatever, so she knows all that stuff. So I asked Jessica to grab that stuff, so I have to also pay her back for those things. But I finally got it. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's not bad. Renita, hello, dear. How are you? I'm joining from work. My responses will be limited. Hey, listen, thank you so much for coming. I'm not joking. Thank you so much for the support, man. You have been a godsend, so I appreciate you very much. Naomi, hello, dear. Thank you for coming. My Aunt Angie, I so much appreciate you for becoming one of the fearless few. I think that's what we're gonna kind of moniker this thing, the fearless few. Give me a second. So yeah, so without further ado, hold on. I did. I actually added some honey. I did. I'm good. How are you feeling? I'm doing well, Renita. Thank you so much. Um, I'm a little under the weather. I'm a tad bit up under the weather, just a tad. Um, Let me get our presentation thing going. Hold on one second, because I don't just want y'all sitting here, right? And then for people who have no idea what the hell I'm doing or who I am or any of that stuff or whatever, let me talk to Renita right quick, and then I'll tell you who I am. Not feeling the best. I get sick twice a year, usually when it's fall, and then when it becomes summer or whatever. So it's just my body adjusting to it. I'll be fine. I got my tea, so I'm good to go. So without further ado, let me explain who I am, and then we can kind of go from there if you don't mind. My name is Fearless Cummings. I will be your host and certified life coach for the evening. I've been a coach for over 20 years. On this channel, I provide some tools, tips, and strategies for your dreams, goals, and aspirations, and also problems. All you have to do is three things: share, like, subscribe. I was talking to a buddy of mine today. He was watching a few of my videos and he said, "Bro, you got to have more people come on this, that, and the other. I know you love your core people, but you got to put it out there because your stuff is really good. Other people need to have that. So have your people like it, share it, subscribe it, or send it off to other people." I said, "You know what? I'll do that." So now I do come with the warning, right? The warning is that if you're easily offended and you like to make excuses and you take no accountability, then you should probably swipe left because this is not for you. But if you want to put the work in, expand your perspective, learn a little couple things or whatever, I don't know how many things I might show you, but you're at the right place. Welcome. Thank you for coming. Otherwise, go fuck yourself. Anyway, so I get to still stay myself as we do all that, right? All right. So again, like I always say, my response time versus what I see in here is usually about a 60 to 90 second delay. So if you say something to me, it's gonna be about 60 seconds before I see it. So please bear with me. Okay. All right. So if you guys don't mind, matter of fact, can I get a hell yes? Before we get started, can I get a hell yes? Naomi, obviously you are exempt from that. I could do a heck yes from you. But from the rest of y'all, from the barrel of your stomach, can I get a hell yes? Pretty please, before we get started. And not only that, real fast. I know it's a 60-second delay, but real fast. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? And I'm really asking, not like to be nice, like, hey, how's it going? And I don't give a shit. I'm really asking, how are you guys doing? Now, we're not gonna have this big long discussion if you need to have that right now, But afterwards, most of y'all got my number. Hit me up and we can talk about whatever you need to. Preferably. Preferably. Because I do have a date with the book tonight. I was talking to Naomi before we started, and I'm like, dude, man, I cannot wait to read this book because it's getting so good. The book that I'm reading right now is, let me show you. This one right here. It's called The God of the Woods. And it's by Liz Moore. And as you can see, like I'm halfway into it. And right now is when it's starting to get really good. So I really want to finish this book. I don't know if I'm going to finish it tonight, but I want to finish it. Angie says she's blessed and highly favored. Perfect. Miss Renita says she's good. I love it. Feeling anxious. What are you feeling anxious about, Jerry? What are you feeling anxious about? Where's your wife at? How's she doing? How are you doing, Naomi? Are you good? I'm really asking. Great. Awesome. I love hearing that. She says I'm great. Okay. Jerry, I'm waiting for your response again. Remember, there was that 60-second delay. 3 days ago, and she's loving it. What she's talking about is that she is leaving a company that she's been at for 15 years. And she is finally giving them walking papers. They didn't give them to her. She's giving it to them. She is moving on to better, bigger and better pastures where she can gra- graze the grass like cattle. All right, Jerry, I'm still waiting, buddy. Oh, okay. All right, well, we'll have to talk about that in a little bit. Getting getting an injection. Oh, in my back tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Hopefully that's a good thing. Say hell yes if that's a good thing. And Naomi says heck Shay. All right, love it. Okay, hold on. Let me go out of there. Because I kind of need to see what I'm talking about before we start. All right, like I said, there's a 90 to 60-second delay, all that good stuff. So let's get this thing started. Warning, like I always say, if I offend you, please swipe left and go somewhere else because I'm not going to change my shit up. So hopefully you have tough skin and you're cool with taking accountability. If you're not, this isn't for you anyway. Let's keep it pushing. This is day 19. One more day tomorrow. We're at 20 episodes. 20, y'all. Could you imagine? 20 already. 20. All right. So before we get started, you already know that I like to give you guys a cheat sheet. Why do I want to give you a cheat sheet? Because if y'all got something to do, you can take a pic, write this stuff down, and then go off, go do what you need to do, and come back. Okay, I want to make sure that you guys know what we're talking about, or at least what the discussion is, which is 7 things to do when life starts getting heavy. And I know that you guys know what happens when life gets heavy. I know you do, because I know what it feels like. So step 1, name the weight. You got to name it. Number 2, separate the story from reality. Number 3, ask, what can this teach me? A lot of times we don't ask that question. Number 4, reframe the power language. Okay, don't worry, I'll teach you that. Anchor in your values. Right? Know why this is important. Simplify what you can, and ask for perspective, not pity. I'm telling y'all gonna love this one today. I got some good shit for you, promise. All right, so what's the next thing? Hold on. There we go. 7 things to do when life gets too heavy. That's our title for today. All right, so what do I do versus what do I not do? What do I not do? I'm not here to motivate you because you don't need motivation. I'm not going to coddle or sugarcoat nothing because we're all grown adults. Number 3, I'm not going to give you false positivity, which basically means thank you for showing up not to do anything. We're not doing that shit. Go somewhere else with that. Number 4, I'm not here to fix you because you're not broke. Bent, cracked, maybe, but you're not broke. So what am I here to do? Give you some tools, tips, and strategies to help you along your way. Number 2, help you build up your own personal code, which will hopefully be coming in season 3, which is in 2 days. Number 3, I will challenge your perspective, but not your self-worth. You, ladies and gentlemen, are priceless. But some of our perspective sucks sometimes. That's what I'm here for. And number 4, I'm going to hold you accountable, just like I hope that you do the same for me. My aunt holds me accountable. Jessica holds me accountable, just like I'm going to hold y'all accountable. And y'all do the same for me, right? Like I said, I'm not feeling the best, but I said I was going to do this every day for 100 episodes. And unless I am at the hospital and Wi-Fi sucks, this is what I'm doing. FYI. All right, so go grab a pen and paper or whatever you need to focus. Grab your snacks, your drinks, your dreams, goals, aspirations, problems, clarity, curiosity. That works through clarity too. Write that shit down. What do you expect from it? Yes, Angie. Thank you, dear. Matter of fact, I need you all to say, we don't stop until it's 100 days in. So just put 100 days in. That's when we stop. When it's 100 days in, period. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If I can't do it, I'm going to pass that goddamn baton to Jerry. And Jerry, you better take over and run this shit. Just saying. And then between you and Renita, y'all better handle this. That's all I'm saying. Jerry, I did not get a text message from you. You may have my old number. Unless you hit me up on something else, buddy. But you may have hit me up. Thank you, Renita. 100 days in, damn it. Thank you, Jerry. 100 days in. Naomi, where we at, dear? I need my 100 days in. Let's go. Or like my friend, thank you, buddy. Thank you. You know this shit well enough, sir. Like my friend Jesse says, I don't like to write. I like to swipe. There you go. Take a pic and keep that shit going. That's how we're doing it. All right. So the first thing that we talk about before we talk about anything else, accountability, right? It is the state. Thank you, Angie. She said, let's go. She said it is a state of being liable, answerable, and responsible. So answerable means we don't make excuses. There's no excuses in what we do. Liable means we keep our word in whatever we say that we're going to do. And responsible means that we take massive action because we understand that responsibility revolves around action, doing something, right? So the second one is responsibility. Again, we talk about this shit over and over and over. I know y'all know this, but remember, Jerry, how many times? That's all I'm going to say. How many times? Responsibility, the state of being answerable for what is within your control. Knowing when and where it stops, that's on us. Okay? What are you responsible for? Your actions, your energy, attitude, choices, emotions. Those are yours. Anytime somebody else is trying to control one of those things within your ecosphere, just know you're dealing with a narcissist. And good luck to you, ma'am or sir. As always, ask as many questions as you need to. Most of y'all don't, but I have to get used to saying that because eventually, it's if you guys are liking, sharing, and posting, people are going to be like, "Thank you, Jerry. Thank you." People are going to be showing up like crazy, needing some help. And the great thing about this is that I got all y'all to kind of help me to help them. So if I'm doing my thing, y'all could be coaching other people. Everything I'm giving you is like coach work type shit. This is the stuff that I spent. Well, how much I spent? Over $10,000 going to school for. I mean, this is just the schooling. We're not even talking about the other books and stuff that I've read since school, right? So everything I'm giving you, technically, by the time that 100 hours is done, y'all would be certified life coaches, dead ass. No joke. Because I'm going to give you everything they gave me. So, boom, there you go. Good luck to y'all. You don't need luck. You got me. All right. So, repetition is key. Jerry already told us 21 to 90 times. Anything worth knowing, learning, teaching, and understanding revolves around that one word. Once you get this, y'all good. Which you already got it, so it's what it is. Again, let me get started. My name is Fearless Cummings. I will be your host and life coach for the evening. My job in this channel is to give you tools, tips, and strategies for your dreams, goals, aspirations, and or problems. The only thing I need you to do, three things I need you to do. Like, share, subscribe to either this or YouTube. I'll get that shit figured out or whatever. But again, the warning is that I use gratuitous language, mainly the fuck word. So stay around, hang out, chill with me. We'll kind of get this thing pushing. So again, there's usually a 90 to 30-second delay, 90-second to 60-second delay in me saying something and hearing something. So please bear with me. Angie's ideal. Let's go. Okay, I'm coming. Hold on, let me see. Yep, she ain't playing. All right, so here we go. Say my name, say my name. Say my name, right? So, well, the one thing that we have to do is when we are looking at, when we're feeling shitty, when we know that there's a problem going on, you need to state exactly what it is. And a lot of us don't do that. We don't. Because most of us have no idea what the actual problem is. You see what I mean? So I'll give you an example. If a person is homeless, are they homeless because they don't have money, or are they homeless because they're not utilizing their resources? We all got resources, but not everybody has money. You see what I'm saying? So you have to name what that issue is. And we're going to talk about that in a little bit too. But first off, you got to name that thing. Name what it is. Name what's hurting. Is it a person, place, or thing? Name that shit, right? Don't judge it. Just name it clearly. The judgment can come later. Right now, we just need to name this for what it is. You can name. Once you can name it, you can tame it. If you can't name what your problem is, technically you don't have one. Right? I hate to be the... Hold on. Sorry about that. I hate to be the bearer of bad news on that, but unfortunately, that's what it is. All right, so step 2, separate your story from reality. And what we're doing here is, are you adding, and this is more of a question, are you adding more meaning that makes it worse? Think about that. If somebody comes in, they're in a bad mood, or this and the other, they don't say anything to you. Yeah, but they're just ignoring everybody and they go to their cubicle, office, whatever. We automatically start assuming that it's us, right? And sadly enough, whatever that person came in and did has nothing to do with you. They could have just lost a parent or a child or something of some obscure shit, but we automatically take that and we make it a part of us automatically because we add more shit to what just happened, which for the most part, none of that happened, right? So, what are the facts versus the emotional assumptions, right? So, if again, that same person walks in, obviously upset, grabs something, goes back to their desk or whatever. Did they say anything to you? No. Did they even look in your general direction? No. Did they whisper behind your back about some shit? No. They didn't even acknowledge you. So so if you're looking at it from a factual standpoint, they didn't do anything to you at all. If you're looking at the facts, they didn't say anything, they didn't do anything. You made an emotional assumption based on what that person was doing. So whatever animosity or anger you feel, it's from you, not them. They ain't got shit to do with you, right? So my question I would have to ask is, what what reality are you creating? Because that's not the reality that that person has. How many of us have actually taken something personal and it didn't have nothing to do with us? Let me see you say hell yeah. How many of you have made things personal that had absolutely nothing to do with you? Let me get a hell yeah. Another thing that I created this, you should feel attacked. You know, another thing that I loved about, thank you, Renita. She said, hell yeah. She said, yeah, that's, Miss Jessica said, yeah, that's me for sure. She, Naomi said, who hasn't? Hell yeah. Okay. So the reason why I have the cast of the Matrix up here, number one, is my favorite movie. Favorite. But I'm gonna play kind of like this little game with you guys. Right quick, okay? So I need you. I'm gonna show you a picture. I'm only gonna give you 5 seconds to tell me exactly what it is, and I'm gonna go back here. Okay? I'm gonna show you a picture. I'm only gonna give you 5 seconds to describe everything that you see because there's a list of questions there. Okay? And I'm going to have you guys tell me what you saw. Ready? Go. What eye color does this person have? What hair color does this person have? Is it short or long hair? Does this person have a beard? What color is their skin? So, y'all, you guys are wondering, what? Yes, you saw it. You saw it. So I need you to answer that question because that was 5 seconds. What color was the hair? What color was the eyes? Did the person have a beard? Did they have long or short hair? What color was the person? I'm gonna tell you why. Because this person just unalived a whole city full of clowns. A whole city full of clowns have perished because of this individual. So, what color was this person's eyes? What color was their hair? Did they have long or short hair? Did they have a beard? And what color were they? And I gave you 5 seconds. Okay. Red hair, brown eyes. Okay, hold on. Thank you, dear. Okay. So a person had red hair, brown eyes. Yes, they had a beard. Okay. Uh they need smiles. They need a teeth whiten studio. Okay, so apparently they did some teeth whiten stuff. Okay. Okay. I don't know where the other stuff came from. I don't know either, dear. Okay, Jerry says white skin, long brown hair, and a person had a beard. Okay, cool. What color was his eyes? What color was his eyes? Jerry, what color was his eyes? What about you, Naomi? Angie, you still with me? Okay, so she said long hair, white dude. Okay. What about you, Jessica? Did you see the pic? What about you, Naomi? Did you see it? Yes, walking. Okay. Okay, did you guys see the. All right, there he is. Okay, brown hair, beard. Okay. Brown hair, beard, long hair, brown eyes. Okay. Jerry said, can't see. Hold on. Can't see too small on my phone. Okay. I understand. Okay. So I'm gonna stop messing with y'all because I think that you guys all kind of saw the same person. Well, let me show you something. You guys ready? All right, let me show you something. The person that you're looking at, hold on. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do one more. How many rolls can you count on this thing? I'm gonna give you 5 seconds. Five, four, three, two, one. How many rolls did you guys see there? There's a bunch of rolls in there. I want you to tell me how many you saw. Okay, Renita said she saw 12. Can I get a can what did the rest of you see? Did the rest of you see 12 as well? Naomi, my dear, said that she saw 12. Okay. Jerry, I don't know if you were able to see it. Did you see how many rolls were there, sir? Oh, Jerry said he saw 10. Okay. Jerry said 10. Angie, I believe, is still walking. And Jessica, I'm pretty sure, is gone. It's okay. We still keep moving anyway. So let's go back to that original picture. I asked you what color was his eyes. I asked you what color was his hair. If he had long or short hair. If he had a beard, and what color was he? Correct? You all gave me white guy, long hair, beard, brown eyes, boom. Right? When if I were to show you that what you think you saw, you did not actually see? What if I told you what you think you saw, you did not actually see? Here, I'll show you. If you look deeper into this picture, there are 17 people in that picture. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you heard me. 17 people in that picture. So if you look at his face, that's not a beard, that's a horse. If you look at his hair, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 8 people over here representing his hair. There's another few people over here. There's one over here, two over here. There's two other people over here on the side. There's a person standing right here where his eyes are. There's another person standing over there. And there's another person again sitting on top of the horse. Over here is actually a walk in from a cave that you can see through the other side. So, this person that each and every single one of y'all said that you saw wasn't a person at all, it was a series of people. A series of people. Now, the reason why I wanted you guys to see this is because, like I just asked you, what reality are you creating? I want you to think about it like this. If I were a police officer and y'all told me that this person just killed or unalive, excuse me, a whole town full of whatever circus performers, clowns. If I saw this dude on the street, he's going to prison. You see what I'm saying? Because 4 or 5 of y'all done sat there and told me that this dude is the one who did it. And think about it. You wouldn't be lying. Because what each and every one of you saw was what you saw. White male, long hair, brown eyes, beard. Like, what? So if y'all saw that picture again, you'd be like, yeah, that was him. This dude's going to the electric chair because of you. So like I said, it all depends on what reality you're creating for people and what reality you're creating for yourself as well. So let's go back into the other picture. I asked you, how many roles did you find here? Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we count 12. But if you squint your eyes a little bit, there's a woman in this picture. Can you see her? Can you see the woman? All you got to do is squint your eyes a little bit. Squint your eyes and you'll see her. Squint your eyes a little bit and you'll see her. Actually, she's a pretty famous lady too. Very famous woman. Can you guys see her? If you can see her, I want you to say hell yeah, and I want you to tell me what her name is. Now, if you don't know her name, just put a question mark. Just put hell yeah and put a question mark. If you know her name, even if you don't know how to spell her name, just put her initials. Yes. I'm not going to put that answer up though, Angie, quite yet, because I want to see what other people come up with. I want to see what other people come up with. But yes, you're right. I'm not going to put it up yet. I'm gonna get 2 more people and then I'll put it up there. 2 more people. Two more. When I was looking for these images, because it's so funny. In my studio, most people would think that this is my studio here. Don't know. This is just my living room. Do you know? I know Jessica doesn't know who this woman is. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, that's 3. So Angie was right. It's Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe. If you squint a little bit, you'll see her. Renita said, hey. She said, yes, I see it. But she didn't know either. Yep. It's Marilyn Monroe. Isn't that funny? How When I say one thing, I ask you to look for something. You're counting these things as it is, but all the while there's something just sitting there looking you right in your face as you're looking at these things. So again, I go back to this question: what reality are you creating? We're creating this shit as we move along, right? And The Matrix is a prime example of that. And that's also why it's my favorite movie or whatever. But I love that. But look at that. Yeah, this man, this poor man, y'all done sent that man to prison. Yeah, I mean. All right, so number 3, ask what is this here to teach me? What is this here to teach me? Pain often carries wisdom. The greatest lessons I learned was when I was sleeping in my car. Greatest lesson I learned was that. Because at that point, that showed me that not only am I willing to endure stuff like that, but I would never leave my son no matter what, regardless of what I was going through. Regardless. Here's the thing, you also need to look for the hidden messages in the mess that you're in. And I know it's hard to see it. So again, I would tell you, you know a personal life coach. Call me, I'll walk you through it. The one thing that I am better than anybody at, and I toot my own horn on this, is getting you to see things from different perspectives. That's what I do. Reframe your thinking. You got to remember, people say, well, what's your plan B? What's your plan C? Shit, there's 26 letters in the alphabet, and you only talking about 3. I can see 15 to 20 myself. You see what I mean? So that's how we have to get sometimes. You can't just look at what's here. You got to kind of look a bit further. And unfortunately, when you're in that frame, it's hard for you to see it. Sometimes I may have to call Jessica and be like, hey, am I seeing this? Am I wrong? Because shit, sometimes she'll call me out. Yes, you're wrong about that. Okay, you know what? Yeah, I didn't even think about that. You're right. All right. So the other thing too is the last thing is ask better questions to get better answers. I wasn't gonna put a little person with a question mark. What I was gonna put was a house. And the question was gonna be up underneath. You can either figure out how to pay your rent or you can figure out how to buy the house. You're still acquiring living in the same place. The only difference is that one is going to help you in the short term, the other one will help you in the long term. It all matters on what type of questions you're asking yourself in general. All right, let's move to the next thing. So reframe reframe with power of language. So swap have to I get to. I didn't have to sleep in my car. I got to sleep in my car. I can say that shit now and it's funny, but when you going through it, that shit's not funny. Like at all. You know, like not whatsoever. But that was something that I knew within myself that I had to figure this out on my own. Right? Like that was me. I had to figure that out. Right? So use words that empower rather than exhaust. When I was going through that, that's also the same time. Hold on. That's also the same time when I sat down and I wrote out that constitution that I wrote for myself. When people talk about the law of attraction, the law of vibration, the law of correspondence, those are all in here. I wrote them down because my values, my belief system, my constitution that I was standing on no longer worked for me. It didn't work. So I had to create something brand new. Right? So the language that you use shapes how you feel in general. When my mother passed, we had a very turbulent very turbulent relationship. Very, right? And you know, when she passed, like we got to say all the things that you would say, to your mom and this that, and the other. But the one thing that kind of got me through a lot of that was knowing that I'm a part of her. You know what I mean? Like I'm half of her. So when I look in the mirror, I am her offspring. When you really think about it, your parents bring you here, they drop you off. But if you think about it, you are their replacement. Think about that. You are their replacement. So that's why it's so sad when a child passes before mom and dad does. Because it's usually not supposed to be. Here's the thing, we say that it's not supposed to be that way, but tomorrow ain't promised to none of us. Neither is children. Right? There's a philosopher that talked about that by the name of Epictetus. He talked a great deal about that. He said, who told you that children were supposed to outlive their parents? Who told you that? Like nobody. Reality tells you what's expected. Yeah, that's cute. I mean, I don't know if you know this or not, but there's something that runs this shit, and it ain't your parents. Ain't me either. I just understand that there's certain rules that will not be tampered with. Period. That's how that works, right? But your language, the shit that comes out of your mouth. Remember yesterday when we were talking about that? What you say to yourself versus what you say at yourself. We just talked about that last night. What you say to yourself means a whole lot more than what you say at yourself. When you say, get up, man, you can do this. Man, I'm not feeling good. I don't give a fuck. Get your fat ass on that. Go sit down. But mic up. Let's go. That's what I'm telling myself. I'm telling myself around 7 o'clock, like, man, I don't feel like doing this tonight. And you shouldn't have opened your mouth. Let's go. There is no excuses coming out of me. Not one. None. Ain't doing that shit. Time to work. It's time to work. All right, so for those of y'all just showing up, that's Anchor 5, Fearless Cummings. Welcome. I am your host and life coach for the evening. Thank you for joining us. Today we're talking about the 7 things to do when life starts getting heavy. Matter of fact, can I get a hell yeah, you're still with me? Can I get a hell yeah that you agree with some of this stuff? I would love to know. And again, I'll ask you guys when we're done, but I would love to know what you guys think about playing with y'all minds, because I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm gonna fuck with y'all a lot. And again, it's not because I think it's funny, because I kind of do, but it's to get you in the habit, get you in that mental habit of looking at things from different standpoints. Looking at things from different standpoints. Notice what's there. Notice what's not there. Notice what the person said to you versus what they didn't say to you. Notice what they're doing versus what they're not doing. Listen to their dreams, goals, and aspirations and or problems, and listen to their so-called solutions and or lack of. So I'm going to teach y'all all this shit. This is yours. For the next 100 days, oh my God. Y'all going to be beasts out here on the streets. Beasts. People going to be like, oh my God, you're such a great listener. Thank you. You can always be like, I've always been like this. Some of you guys are, though. Just putting it out there. Thank you, Jerry. My Jerry's the only one like, hell yeah. Thank you, my guy. Thank you, my right hand. Where you at, Jessica? Playing and shit. Probably over there doing karate. Anyway, so why does this matter to you? Remember, if you guys remember, that's one of the first things that we talked about with intention. Second thing we talked about was the why. It's that why that's going to carry you through everything. Why are you doing this? Why does that matter? The word why elicits a deeper emotion. What does too? What do you want? What's bothering you? What can we do about that? That does too, but nothing like that why. Nothing like it. Nothing. And the other thing is that it connects your struggle to a principle. When I read, there's a book called The 48 Laws of Power. And one of those books, and one of the rules, it states that you have to protect your reputation with your life. You have to protect your reputation at all costs. And that's when I understood that no, your reputation isn't yours. Your character is yours. Integrity is yours. But your reputation is not yours. Your reputation is the opinion of somebody else about you. I'll say it again. Your reputation is nothing more than the subjective opinion of you conjured by somebody else. Now I know I kind of convoluted that, so I'll say it one more time in plain English. I'll say it again in plain English. Hold on, what she said. Okay, not a problem. You're gonna have to elaborate on what connects your struggle. Okay, not a problem. I got you. Um, God damn it, what was I saying? I should have actually. Hold on. What was I saying? Okay, sorry. So, the 48 laws of power. So, your reputation isn't yours. It's an opinion that somebody else has of you. That's what it is. And to answer your question, Jessica, that's how you connect your struggle to a principle. I realized that my reputation was the opinion of somebody else when my character was questioned, when my reputation got tarnished based off of lies and speculation from my company. That's when I understood that that book, he didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. You can't protect your reputation because it's not yours to protect. You only know that when you connect your struggle to a principle. You only realize that when you're sitting in your fucking car, and that's for the most part all you have to your name. That's when you connect your struggle to a principle. So when people say that, man, you got to protect your reputation at all costs, you can't protect that. It's not yours. That's one of those things when we talk about accountability and responsibility. That's one of those things that's outside of your responsibility. You can't control that. That's something that somebody else thinks or believes about you. You can't change another person's thoughts on you or about you. If they don't like you, they don't like you, then what? Do you understand, Jessica? Purpose gives pain a place. That basically means that, well, again, when you're going through whatever you're going through, or whatever, that purpose of, like, for me, when I understood being a father was so much more than just a word. It's a whole entire action. It's a whole entire state of mind. You see what I mean? So it's not just that purpose gives pain a place. It's not just that. It's not just about the words. It's about internalizing all that shit that you just went through. That's what it's about, right? So that's why your values are so important. Oh my God. All right, number 6, simplify what you can. So there's an old adage that's called Occam's razor. Occam's razor means shave off everything that you don't need and just keep what you need. That's literally what we're talking about here. Drop the extras, the mentality, and also the mentality and the emotionality. Drop it. Take what you need. Try to drop the rest. And again, what we're talking about is stop adding to it. It's already there. Like I said before about the person walking in pissed off and they go straight to their desk. Does that have anything to do with you? No. So why are you mentally and emotionally holding on to something that ain't got shit to do with you? Right? Because you need it to mean something. You need somebody else's anger to mean something in your life, and it ain't got shit to do with you. Remember when I used to tell people, and I probably might get back into that, mind your business. Stop being in anybody else's shit. That's what I'm talking about. Complexity adds unnecessary weight. Here's the thing. Let me give you something. This guy here, his name is Thor Heyerdahl. Thor is the original. I shit you not. This is the original Indiana Jones. The original. Right? Some of those stories and all that shit were based off of this guy's real life. Now, why are you saying that? Let me tell you. He was an infographer and Norwegian adventure, but an infographer is a person who goes to live with indigenous groups from all over the world. And he doesn't just study them, he lives with them and assumes their cultures. Could you imagine how beautiful of a world we would live in if everybody felt like that? If everybody felt like, man, I would love to go visit that place and go live amongst them. See what life is like in their shoes. Just saying. But that's what this guy did. But he said something that was so profound. He said, and I know I've mentioned it before. It was about, what was it about? It was about progress. He said, progress is man's ability to complicate simplicity. I'm going to say that one more time. Progress is man's ability to complicate simplicity. What does that mean? That means that we take the most complicated, the most simplest shit, and then we complicate it. That's what we do. We take very simple stuff and we complicate it. And then we call that progress. Let me give you an example. I'm sitting here drinking chamomile tea, thanks to my friend Jessica. Chamomile tea, right? You know how I heated this up? I have one of those pots that you fill it up with water. You set it on this little plastic thing, and there's buttons on the pitcher that goes like hot, coffee, green. So it tells you the temperature at which you need something. You set it, and it boils it for you. As opposed to just turning on the goddamn stove, putting a pot on there. There you go. Or getting some hot water and just doing it that way. See what I mean? So that's what we mean by making something more complicated than it needs to be. Simplify that shit. You know what I mean? That's it. Simplify. All right, number 7, ask for perspective, not pity. For those of you just now joining, again, welcome to Ask Fearless. I'm your host and certified life coach for the evening. And today our discussion is 7 things to do when things start getting too heavy, right? So send feedback, not just for comfort. Comfort. What do we mean by that? Ask for feedback. If you notice, I'm always asking you guys at the end, hey, how did I do? Which one of these did you connect with the most? Let me know if I need to improve anything. Let me know what you want to talk about next time. I know what I like to talk about, but that doesn't mean you want to talk about those things, right? I don't mind getting feedback. I don't mind asking to be critiqued. If it makes sense to me, I'll at least try it, right? A new lens from someone else from outside of the storm. That's why I told you before. Sometimes you have to go and ask somebody else, hey, what do you think about this? Hey, I need some help. Keep your hand up. Volunteer for everything. Also question everything. Stop just sitting there assuming that everything's just going to work itself out because it may not. Be ready, right? But ask somebody else, especially people who've already been there, done that. If somebody else done already failed at this, if somebody else done already spent $1.2 million on failing over here, that person, for the most part, probably can't wait to tell you what they've learned. But because we act like we know everything and we don't ever ask for help, you ain't gonna never get that information. Like my son will tell you, I don't give a shit about bad grades. I care that you didn't ask for help. That's how you get punished in my house, when you don't ask for help. You know what I'm saying? All right, let somebody else see, let someone help you see, not just sympathize. That means if you can walk in somebody else's shoes for a little bit, do it. Because that's going to take you way further than anything else that you can do just sympathizing with another person. Walk a day in somebody else's shoes for a little bit. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? So I got here's our cheat sheets. Hold on, technically, hold on. Let me give you this last one because you say to the bonus. Bonus, boom. Find meaning daily. Reflect on your growth, even during the hard times. Okay. The Chinese have these. They have one word, but they have two symbols. And I don't know if you can see those symbols that well, but on one side is danger, on the other side is opportunity. And what that basically means is that for anytime there's a crisis, something that's horrible, there's always a grain of opportunity in there. In every crisis, there's some type of opportunity that you can grow from it, right? That you can build from this, right? The question you have to ask yourself is where is it? And most of the time, if you're looking for it, you'll find it. Okay. Every day offers a new chance to reframe what you're looking at. Okay. So try to find meaning daily. Every day I wake up, the first thing I do is make my bed. I know that is so elementary, but the reason why I do it is because it's so simple not to do it. First thing I do when I wake up, other than tell my son good morning, the first thing I do is I make my bed. As soon as I get up. Let me ask y'all real quick. How many of y'all make y'all bed as soon as you wake up in the morning? How many of you make your bed as soon as you get up? And don't lie either. Don't lie. Be honest. How many of y'all make your beds as soon as you get up? Naomi says, yep. Do you? Renita too? What? I love it. Naomi says, yep, I make my bed. Renita says, yep, I make mine. What about you, Jerry? Do you or Rebecca make that bed when you get up in the morning? I know you do, Angie. I don't even need to ask. I know you do. Jessica, wow. Jessica, oh my gosh. Who makes her bed? Naomi said, yep, I make my bed. Renita says, yep, I know I do. What did Jessica say? Never. She said that with contempt. She said, never. Never. That's crazy. I'm just saying that's sad. Hold on. Oh. She said if I don't, I'll get back in it. I love it. Jessica said I make mine once a week. Jerry, you okay, Jerry says he don't either. What about you, Angela? You still with us? I know she does though. I know she does. Listen, my house is spotless. Like it's very clean. Angela's house is like probably 3 times cleaner than mine. And like my house is clean. Her house is cleaner. I love that, Jerry. Jerry said, wow, I'm just coming back later. I know. I don't know what it is about moving my pillows off the bed and unfolding it and getting in it. I don't know what that is, buddy. It just kind of works for me, man. I love it. Yeah, Jerry Baker, yes. Y'all ain't shit for that. Y'all ain't shit. All right, so let me give you my final thoughts. Wow, we kind of even finished early a little tonight. And then I want to ask you guys some questions. So here it is, my Jerry Springer final thoughts. All right, so many of us walk through life trying to feel lighter, waiting for life to get easier, and maybe the real growth comes when we learn to carry things differently, not when things disappear. When you change how you see the weight, you gain strength, not just relief. Now, to me, this isn't just about ignoring your problems or pretending that everything's okay. It's about transforming. It's about transforming your inner dialogue, that chitter chatter that you have within your mind, and stepping into the power of intention. When you give your pain purpose, you reclaim your peace. So remember, you don't need to lighten your load. You need a stronger lens. Keep reframing, keep growing, and never forget perspective is everything. With that, I will conclude. So I wanted to ask you guys, which one of these did you connect with the most? Which one of these did you connect with the most? As a matter of fact, while we're doing that, let me add the eighth one on for you guys. Sorry about that. Let me add number 8. Oh wow. What's number 8 again? Oh. Okay, so yep, so find meaning daily. Find meaning daily. Okay, so Renita said number 7, ask for perspective, not pity. I like that one. And The bonus. Oh, okay. I like that. Jerry said number 1, 7, and bonus. Yikes. 1, 7, and bonus. Okay. Naomi, what about you? Jessica, what about you? So I'm going to say 1, obviously 2 for me. Number 4 is what I say to myself. I would say number 3 as well, because I love to learn from what I went through. 6, and I'd even say 7. Boom. There's mine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7. So I'm not 5 is cool. I just and 8's okay. I just good. What about you, Naomi? What about you, Jessica? What about you? So another segment thing that I think I'm gonna probably start doing too is oh nice 2 separate. Yes, that's one of my favorites. 6 and 7. Yep, I get it. Love them. Good. Got it. I wanted to ask you guys real fast, since we're like literally ahead of time. Um, so I want to start again. I really want to live up to the coaching, the training, and the Q&A part of this too. So, hey baby. Yeah, it's fine. What I want to do is I would like to ask you guys, if you wouldn't mind, to start bringing some issues, whether they're yours or somebody else's or whatever, so we can kind of put them to the test on some of the stuff that we're talking about, right? Because what I would like to do is I would like to start, and again, I don't know how it would work. I don't know. But I do want to start trying it. I want to bring these our dreams, goals, aspirations, and problems to the forefront, to the test. And I really, yeah, um, yeah, we can, yeah, we can do that too. Um, okay, we'll figure that out for sure. But if anything, the questions themselves, especially like once I once we go into season 3, um, I think that a lot of what I'm going to start teaching you is based on, like I said before, all the stuff that I learned while we were in school. So how to help a person to build a belief up, how to destroy a belief, how to build value, what is integrity and character, and all these words that we use consistently. What are the actual definitions of them? What do they mean? And how can we put that shit to the test? And I really want okay, cool. So again, and this is kind of some of the stuff that we're talking about with this here or whatever. Even if we can't deal with a lot, again, my objective is to not only teach you how to do some of this stuff, but to guide you in how to do it as well. And that's what some of these, that's what everything technically should be about, right? I shouldn't know shit that you don't. You know what I mean? And I want to make sure I give you everything that I have, all of it, you know, so I can hopefully get out and duplicate myself in some of this shit or whatever. So tomorrow, I have an idea of what I want to do, but tomorrow we'll be wrapping up. It'll be our 20th episode. Clap. Go ahead, clap for yourselves. Clap for yourselves, right? But tomorrow will be the 20th episode, and I'm like, you know what, man? Let's finish the rest of these with some jaw dropping shit, right? So again, I really want to have some fun with this, kind of like we did tonight with the pictures and showing you how we think about certain things. And I want to start asking some more philosophical type questions to get you to really dig deep into what you're doing as well. Clap for yourselves. Clap for yourselves. Right. So that's my objective. So um Jessica was just saying drop a link for live stuff, whatever. Um yes, but before we do that, um what I would like to do is I want to give you guys those tools, tips, and strategies first. And then I want you to see how they work. Because if I'm doing it, it's gonna look, oh wow, that's pretty cool. But if I give it to you, you can see exactly what I'm doing in real time because I just gave you everything that I'm gonna do. You see what I'm saying? From the way that you question people to value elicitation, everything I learned in school, I'm gonna teach it to you. All of it. So this isn't just the coaching, like it's coaching, but it's like the shit that I wish that they'd have done for us when I was in school. Right. And here's the cool thing. Uh we're gonna start having some homework assignments because I figure that if I'm gonna be teaching y'all this shit, I want y'all actually to go out and do it. Whether you do it with your wife, whether you do it with your spouse, whether you do it with a friend, whether you just call somebody just to see how they're doing, right? And this isn't just my idea. Jessica was like, dude, you should start giving us homework. I'm like, I don't think so. But I think that based on what I show you and what I give you, the only way you're going to see if this works is if you try it out on other people. If you guys are okay with that. Now, here's the thing, you don't have to do it. But I would hope that you did because I really want to make sure that you guys have the same exact training and teachings and all the shit that I had. Because it really helped. It saved my life tremendously. And I would love to give it to y'all so y'all can do the same thing for other people. Again, we got shit 81 more shows technically. After this it'll be 80 more shows. So I want to make sure that I spend all 80 of these shows preparing you for some amazing shit. Can I get a hell yes? Can I get a hell yeah? Except for you, Naomi. You know what to do. Everybody else, I need that hell yeah. Jerry Baker, my guy. Renita, okay. Hell yes. Okay. Challenge accepted. Look at you, Naomi. I like it. Little bugger. I like it. She said, challenge accepted. All right, ladies and gents. Well, that's what it is. The crowd has spoken. So tomorrow we will do, oh, Angie's here. She said the only one she liked was Find Meaning Daily. All right. Well, at least she liked one of them. But everybody else, I appreciate you guys so much. Um, we're gonna call it a night, man. An hour and 19 minutes. I think that's a first for us. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Gonna be honest with you. All right, she said number 8. Look at that. I love it. All right, you guys, hold on. Good night, you guys. I will see you back here tomorrow night. Remember, sleep well, dream big. Go ahead and take us out of here.